Space hurricanes, the invisible storms disrupting GPS. You've probably never heard of them, but space hurricanes are real, and they could be silently disrupting the technology we rely on every day. These invisible storms, swirling high above Earth's poles, are now confirmed to exist and may be more impactful than previously thought. While they don't bring wind or rain, they do carry something far more disruptive: charged particles that can mess with GPS signals and even affect global communications. But here's where it gets controversial. Scientists are still debating just how much damage these space hurricanes can really cause. And this is the part most people miss. Even though they happen far above us, their effects can ripple down to influence the very devices we use for navigation, aviation, and even maritime travel. So what exactly are space hurricanes? Much like the hurricanes you're familiar with from weather forecasts, space hurricanes have a central eye, spiral arms, and a circular motion. However, instead of being made of air and water vapor, they're composed of plasma, a superheated gas of electrically charged particles. Think of them as cosmic whirlpools filled with electrons rather than raindrops. These storms form when the sun sends a powerful burst of solar wind, streams of charged particles, into Earth's magnetosphere. When this energy transfer happens near the poles, it can trigger the formation of a space hurricane. A major event studied from 2014 showed that the energy released during such a storm rivals that of a strong magnetic storm, enough to shake things up in Earth's high-latitude magnetic fields. And while they might sound distant and harmless, space hurricanes can actually mess with the tech we depend on. One of the most concerning impacts is their ability to interfere with GPS signals. As these storms churn in the upper atmosphere, they cause what's known as phase scintillation, tiny but significant disruptions in satellite signals. This leads to less accurate positioning data, which can be a big problem for pilots, ship captains, and even your smartphone's map app. Imagine your GPS guiding you in the wrong direction because of a storm happening 300 miles above the North Pole. Because these storms typically occur during the polar summer when the sun never sets, they often coincide with bright skies, making auroras harder to see. That's right, space hurricanes can trigger the northern lights. But since they happen during daylight hours, they're nearly invisible to the naked eye. Scientists have had to rely on satellite data and advanced instruments to detect them. Space hurricanes are a relatively new discovery. Although officially identified only in 2021, researchers have since gone back through decades of archived data and found hundreds of these events. From 2005 to 2016 alone, 329 were recorded in the Northern Hemisphere and 259 in the Southern Hemisphere. They tend to form above magnetic latitudes higher than 80 degrees, especially in regions experiencing continuous sunlight. Interestingly, their frequency seems to rise and fall with the solar cycle, the roughly 11-year period during which the sun's activity waxes and wanes. Earth's own magnetic field and seasonal changes also play a role, suggesting that space hurricanes are deeply connected to the complex relationship between our planet and the sun. So, what does this mean for us? The more we learn, the clearer it becomes that space weather is more than just a scientific curiosity. It's a real factor in how our modern world functions. If space hurricanes can knock out GPS accuracy or disrupt satellite communications, shouldn't we be preparing for them? Some experts argue that we're underestimating the risks. Others believe that with better monitoring systems and early warning tools, we can minimize the damage. What's your take? Should governments and tech companies start treating space hurricanes with the same urgency as terrestrial natural disasters? As research continues to unfold, one thing is certain. The more we explore the mysteries of space weather, the more we realize how much we still don't know. And that's exactly why this topic deserves your attention and your opinion in the comments below.